Hello, and welcome to the next lesson on Finance RM. This will be about different investment tools. Firstly, investment, what is it? It's a tool that turns your money today into more money in the future. And the most important thing, it can grow your money. There are many ways of investment, and one can learn how to do any of them. Return on investments. When you give your money to someone who grows into more money and they give you extra money back, this extra amount is the interest, bonus, or dividend, and it's all together known as the return on investment. And it can be expressed in terms as in numbers or in percentage. For example, you had $20 and your friend needs money for his business. So you give him that money and he will use that money to earn profits in his business. After 1 year, he had profits. So he gave you $25 back. The $20 you gave is an investment. The extra $5 is a return on investment. So overall, in numbers, our return is 5 on an investment of 20, or 25% return on an investment of $20. This can work for large amounts of money and more things like that. Also remember that the return on investment is not necessarily always positive, as if the company lost money, then you would get less than the $20 you originally gave, and you'd get less back. The annual rate of return is how much it grows by each year, which you look at your average annual growth rate. And your annual growth rate, which sometimes grows at different rates, in some years it will grow more, some less, and you can find out how much it is growing by using the CAGR, in other words, the compound annual growth rate method. So the CAGR method, how does it work? An example is, let's say the same example as before, where you gave the $20 to someone else. And let's say you got $50 in 3 years. And it's not just that $20 that became 50, it's because of the compounding. So your $20 in the first year would have become 25, and then that was reinvested technically, so it becomes 35 in the second year, and in the third year it would have become 50. This is the compound annual growth rate, and it's based on how well businesses perform. How does it work? Well, it's simple. You invested $20, let's say this year on the January 1st. By the end of the year, your money is $25. Now, that money is put back in, and by the end of the next year, it's 35, and repeat, and it's 50. And like your profit is growing year by year, $5, $10, $15. It's not always this exact amount, and it varies. It depends on how well a company does. The different instruments of investments. Bank deposits. These are very useful. Let's say we saved $100, we can put in our bank account, and the bank will give our money to someone as if they were to take a loan and charge interest from them. Since the bank earned interest from that money, which was yours, they will give you some of it as interest. So it's a win-win for both parties. Certificate of deposits or fixed deposit. If we promise the bank that we will not take the money, and not just a word promise, a legal promise where you are not allowed to take money out, then they will, for a long period of time, they will give you extra profits on your money, as they know that you will not need it for a certain period of time and can use it how they like. This is known as a fixed deposit, and the bank pays you more money than the regular deposit. Equities, in other words, stocks or shares, they can be a small owner of a company by just buying its share. And this company will give you a share of the profit it earns. so it also helps in growing your money. Bonds. When companies or governments need funds, they can ask the public to offer them funds as a loan, and the public will lend them money. And in return, the corporate government will offer them interest on such a loan at a pre-decided interest. They issue an instrument as a proof, which is the bonds. Mutual funds. When there are a large amount of investors who do not know where to invest their money, like a lot of people in the world, there are some organizations who will just pool in the money from all of them, and they will put it into some larger stocks which you may not originally be able to invest in, and smarter stocks which you might not know about before. These mutual fund companies will give you back returns based on how much money you gave and how well it performed. You can buy as many units as you want, even in fractions, as usually you can't buy half a stock. You have to buy an entire stock. But in mutual funds, you can choose how much you want, as money will be pooled in together. Real estate. One of the largest forms of investment is real estate. It is not very liquid, which means that it is hard to get money quickly, as there's a long process of selling or renting properties. But it is very expensive as well. But if you do have real estate, it is a very profitable business and investment tool. This is used mainly by people who have a large amount of money, and if you sell the property, you have to pay a tax on the profit, which is the capital gains tax. The importance of investment: it grows your money fast, it helps you meet your dream plan, it'll help you during the time of retirement when you have no large source of income. It can help you start a business, and it's very useful under the times of uncertainties. And lastly, the growth of the money will help you fight inflation, which is constantly occurring. Always be careful, as investment is not risk-free. It appears to be good and profitable, but never forget that there can be a downside. If your money is invested wrongly or something goes wrong, you can lose your money. That's why you should never invest without having proper knowledge and reliable sources. Thank you, and remember to stay smart, be smart, and achieve your financial goals.